Hi everyone, it's Linda here from Banjo's Beat House with our weekly Facebook Live, and this week I am addressing a couple of customer questions come up. The first one is on the glitter fabric, and the second is what did I mean by interchangeable or design your own in the interlace necklace. So I'll go through that and show you the sample and explain what I meant by that, but we'll do the little fun demo part first. So I'm going to tip you guys down and we're going to have a little bit of fun. So a few weeks ago you would have seen me flicking through the screen, very excited at the arrival of all of our glitter fabrics and the holographics as part of our new range moving forward to replace the ultra suede, which I'm no longer able to order. So a couple of questions have come back as to how shiny this was, how thick it is. So you can see there it is actually quite thin, so it's nice to work with. Yes, it is really nice and shiny. Whilst you can hear me rubbing against it, it does have a bit of texture to the back. No, the glitter is not coming off everywhere on my mat. And is it easy to cut? They were a few of the first questions. And then can you get a needle through it? So on the cutting aspect, this is a cab I've been playing around with. I've chosen the black glitter to go on the back. And so I'm just going to cut my cab, keeping my scissors parallel to my work so that we get a nice smooth transition around. So you can see, yes, it is nice and easy to cut. So as I'm just working my way around, so it's no real difference to cutting the ultra suede that we've been working with now. You can see it's actually thinner than the stiff stuff that I designed on. So yeah, easy to cut. Can you stitch it? Yes, you can. So size 10 needle, 6-pound smoke fire line. I normally like to do this part before I go live, but at least I got my needle threaded before we went live. So I'm just going to loop through. Oops, trying not to go through my fabric. I just want to go through that stiff stuff. And I'm just going to wrap that around my needle. And making sure I hold on to my tail while I do this. Oops, just get that nice and secured. And I'm just going to work my way so that I'm not starting on the corner, because that's the last thing I want to do is start on a corner. So I'm at the stage obviously where I'm edging this, so I'm using some Miyuki spacer beads in the same matte gunmetal that I was playing with here. If you've watched any of Paula's videos, you know she likes working with the demi rounds. These guys are the Miyuki version of the demi round. This is the 3, so this is like working with a size 8. The 2 is like working with an 11. So brick stitch edge for these guys. So just get this set up. So obviously because I'm doing my stitched edge, I need these guys to be sitting next to each other, and I don't necessarily want to guess the gap to begin with. Okay, we will take a guess at about there. So I'm just going to trying to guess this because I don't really want to go through my glitter fabric too many times. So needle through, nice and easy, just like it would be through the ultra suede. And I'm just going to pick up that one, and I'm going to try not to pull too tight so I've got a little bit of wiggle room when I come back to need to deal with this one, because I didn't get that completely landed centered. But we'll do one more so you guys can see. So this is of course just one way of doing edge work. In the shibori class on Saturday with Meg, she mentioned you could use the shibori, the sutash cord. Got shibori on my brain today clearly. She mentioned you could use that as an edging, so that's now something on my list of things to think about as well. Okay, so we are going to take a little guesstimate. So you can just see there, I'm just pushing that needle through without any issues whatsoever. So it is really nice and easy to use. Obviously, I've just pulled it out. Want to try and demonstrate this, getting these to line up, but of course, nothing wants to work today, except the FedEx driver that turned up, unexpectedly very early, which was awesome. But I hadn't done any of my prep work for that order, so yeah, there's lots of stock now sitting out here staring at me going, pick me, play with me. So that's the rest of the week's fun. And of course, always good when you stab yourself with your needle too. So very easy to work with. It's not pilling, you can cut your edges, and this is the glitter fabric. So I hope that has answered the questions on glitter fabric. Is it easy to work with? Yes. It is completely and utterly flexible. I'm not seeing glitters coming off. I haven't had any issues cutting it. E6000 to glue it, and that's held. I think you could probably use most of the fabric glues and things like that as well. Can you stitch from it on both sides and work with that as your top and then glue the back? I don't see why not. Again, so there I'm meeting resistance because I'm feeling glue, but no different to anything else. But really nice and easy to work with, and it just provides something a little bit different. So yeah, I love it. I'm starting to use it more and more, particularly when I've got to stitch through. You could work with that being your top, as I said, design, stitch through the bottom, have that as your top, create something a little bit different. So yeah, I'm certainly going to be experimenting with this more and more, and the holographics and playing, but that is our glitter fabric. It is nice and easy to use. My very bad version of edging, but yeah, nice and easy to use, very simple. It gives something really different to the back, so definitely worth having a play and checking out, and I will be adding to the colors of that on the range over time. But yeah, that is the glitter fabric. So I hope that answers the couple of questions that we had that have come through in the past couple of weeks. Now the other question that came up, and I'm just trying to find my bag with the bit in it. Sorry, thought I pulled it out, and now in all the chaos can't find it. Okay, so a question came up on the interlace, which is the necklace for our June box, and what did I mean when I said choose your own adventure? So if you haven't seen the photo, this is the project I designed for our June box, which I called interlace. The idea behind this is you can make the cord, you can choose one color, you could choose to do the gradient, that's up to you. You get to choose the length to suit the piece. That's one part of design your own element. The main part of the design your own comes down to the use of these rings. I've done it in the 6 grid format. You don't have to do that. You could just decide I'm doing a 3-drop arrangement, just do the 3, have both of your necklace points anchoring off here, change the length of the necklace to suit. You could choose to do 3 going that way, and again do your anchoring points that way. I also have given you you could also do it in a straight run. There is 3 stones in the bag, so you could choose, that these 3 have stones. You could do this all in one color. You don't have to have used all 6 colors in here. This is where you get to have the fun, and I think I've given you one other layout option that I can't bring to mind right at the moment. But yeah, it's designed to give you guys the fun of mixing it up to suit your style of necklace. This was just what came to my mind initially from my initial sketch, as I had pulled the color palette, so this is what I went with. But I wanted to give you guys the flexibility in this particular one to create your own adventure and design it your way. So it is a running joke between one of my customers and friends, Liz. Every time we do a class, we alter it along the way. Even though teacher's teaching us one way, we'll go make our own tweaks. So I kind of guess I'm just saying to you guys, hey, feel free to do that with this one, and the July box will also be the same. So I'm in the middle of finishing it up at the moment, so there's some lots of fun with you guys to do choose your own adventure elements with that box as well. So I like the ability to give you guys the option to just go off range and feel great about it. You don't always have to follow the pattern. You can go and have fun changing layouts and creating your own options. It's the way we learn and we grow. So that is it for me for this week. I'll be back next week with some fun more challenges. With the cat bead, a couple more people have come back with ideas. Haven't forgotten about that. I'm just still mulling over in my mind what I want to do. So once I figure that out, I'll bring it back and we'll work on that one together. So stay safe, stay dry if you're dealing with all these crazy rain, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye for now.